A lot of us are familiar with muscle trucks, such as the 454 SS, the Silverado SS, the GMC Cyclone, Ford Lightning, SRT-10 Rams, and so on. What if I told you there was a truck that predates all of them? And it's right here. This is the 1978 and 1979 Little Red Express Ram D150, and it is, quote-unquote, the OG or the grandfather of the muscle trucks. And today, on limited edition vehicles I want you to know about, we're going to talk about this thing. I got to tell you, I really like these trucks. The Little Red Express is one of those things that I genuinely just get excited about when I see out in public. And that's why I wanted to bring it up, is because these things are just cool. And they were built for enthusiasts back in the late 70s because this was a very dark time for horsepower and for cool cars. Not a lot of things made good power because of smog and emissions regulations. And this thing in 1978 was actually the fastest vehicle in the country. So as you can tell, this is a little bit different than a regular D150. This is a step-side bed. This has got stacks. It's got wood on the outside, and the inside of the bed is wood. It's got chrome grille, 15-inch steel wheels. But I want to go back to the stacks. That's like a semi-truck look, and I just think that that is neat. I have no idea if it did anything for horsepower, but they're functional, and they look cool, and they were loud enough that they were illegal in some states like California and Florida. Every Little Red Express came like this. They were all canyon red, and they all had Little Red Express written in gold lettering on the sides of the doors and on the tailgate as well. On the inside of the truck, one of the benefits of the Adventurer Series package was it was a little bit nicer. So you got a nice bench seat. You also got wood grain on the dash and on the doors as well. And it was just an upscale interior for the late 70s. So as I said, this was one of the fastest vehicles around in the late 70s, and it's because the Dodge boys exploited a loophole in the emissions regulations. What they did was they designated this as a light truck, so they could basically run this with no emissions equipment. This allowed that 360 cubic inch V8 to really breathe, and it made 225 horsepower and 295 foot-pounds of torque. It was also mated to a 3-speed automatic TorqueFlite 727 transmission and a Sure Grip 355 rear end. 0 to 60 times on these trucks was about 7 seconds, and it would clock a quarter mile at 15.7 at 88 miles an hour. Production on this truck was about 7,300 units between 78 and 79, and they sell for an average of about $18,000 to $32,000 depending on the condition as well. Overall, you could really argue that this was the first purpose-built muscle truck. I know that there were powerful pickups back in the 60s and early 70s, but this is the first one I feel like a manufacturer went all out on straight line speed. And there you have it, the Little Red Express. What a lot of people call the first muscle truck, it exploited a loophole in the emissions regulations of the late 70s and gave us enthusiasts some horsepower and something to look forward to on the dealership lots.